Hey guys, and welcome back to another weekly segment. Guys, we are building Kashyyyk week by week, and this is the third week. Now guys, this is actually probably one of the longest episodes we're going to have in the entire series. It's topping out around 30 to 40 minutes, and I'm sure a lot of you are like, what? Why? Guys, we are going over buying Lego in bulk. So how are we going to get all the parts for what's going to be behind us in the future? I'm going to go over what's a great site called Bricklink. It takes a while to go over it, but I want you guys to know every little detail that you should know about Bricklink. I pretty much do a really good overview over it, and I hope a lot of you will come off learning something. I think you guys will really appreciate Bricklink a lot more now that you may know how to use it. A lot of you have come to me before and be like, David, how do you buy such huge amounts of Lego? And I go to Lego store, I go to such and such Lego.com, doesn't have the right piece I'm looking for, or I can't buy multiple sets, too expensive. Whatever the case is, guys, Bricklink is definitely going to be the #1 source to get parts for a cheap price that you can't get off Lego.com. Now, at the end of the segment, I do go over Lego.com Pick a Brick. It's a great option, but it only has select items. The great thing about Pick a Brick is every item from that is completely brand new. Using Bricklink, you're going to have used pieces, but I want to say like 80% of Bricklink parts, even though they'll say used, are actually pretty new and usually in good condition. There's only been less than a fair amount of times where I've had a couple dents or scratches in the bricks, but overall it just depends by the seller you're buying from. With Bricklink, now I talk about this in the video as well, but Bricklink is made of multiple different vendors. They're all different shops comprised in one website. It's not like Lego.com where it's just one company that does it all. These are all little different shops, and I think that's the best way I can describe Bricklink for a lot of you to understand it. I talk about this as well in the video, but you need a PayPal account really to use Bricklink, so it's probably one of the best things to definitely do if you want to start ordering through Bricklink. Alright, without ado, guys, let's get straight in this video. It's a long segment, I know, but trust me, you're going to come off learning quite a bit if you didn't know how to use Bricklink before. Let's get right into that right now. Alright, everybody, so let us get into bulk Lego buying. And what we're actually going to be using is, pulling up the screen right now, we're going to be using Bricklink and Lego Pick a Brick. So this is Bricklink right here, and this is Pick a Brick. So for Bricklink, all you need to do is put in Bricklink into Google, very first site. For Lego Pick a Brick, you put Lego PAB. First thing that pops up right here is Lego Pick a Brick. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you get to these sites. I think the biggest one we need to go over is definitely Bricklink, because almost everybody does not know how to use this site. And first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys need a PayPal account in order to use this site. PayPal is about at least 80 to 90% of how all money is transferred to buy Legos on this site. I've used PayPal for years now. It's what I use to run my own Minifigs for You site. So if your parents have a PayPal account, great. If they don't, you still have to go through PayPal as the payment, but you can just use a credit card. But more or less you just need a PayPal account, because then it just gets complicated after that. So if you don't have a PayPal account, make one. You're going to need your parents to make one, because it requires your social security number, bank accounts information, very big information that a lot of you don't have. And actually I think you have to be 18 to have a PayPal account, but there's ways to work around that. However, anyways, I have a PayPal account, so I can use Bricklink. If you don't have a PayPal account, you really can't use Bricklink, because everything goes around it. I just want to get that through everybody. And PayPal is the #1 online payment thing. I trust it. I've used it for 4 years. You can, if you don't believe PayPal's, they can tell you everything, reasons why to be a PayPal account owner. You can, read their site. But coming from me, I honestly love PayPal. I have never had a problem with them, and they always follow through. and it's a very safe and reliable site to do payments with. And PayPal is also what eBay's run with, so again, it's a very safe site. Yeah. So you need a PayPal account first of all. All right. So okay, when you first get to Bricklink, here's what you're gonna get to: is this page right here. You can sell Lego on this site. That's way more complicated. I'm not going to get into this. The two places you're always going to go to is buy Lego and orders right here. So this right here and this right here. Let's just get into buying Lego. All right, now the site is very simple, as you can tell. This is actually kind of outdated. Bricklink was actually recently acquired by some type of gaming company, and they're supposed to be revamping the site. A new version of the site is supposed to be coming soon. Anyhow. Why should we use Bricklink? It's because this is the #1 way to buy Lego for just a certain piece. It's the easiest. I've used it for years now. I use it for everything. It is a brilliant site, but you need to know how to use it correctly. So I absolutely encourage you follow through every step I talk about during this video. Let's get okay. So wait, hold on. Before I get into details here, there is 3 sections you're going to use. The first 3 right here, these are folders. It says sets, parts, minifigs, and then all this other stuff. You're not going to really pay attention to any of this. The biggest thing we're obviously going to use is parts. Now you can also buy minifigures. There's other places to get better deals on minifigures, but we're just going to be talking about parts in this episode. All right, because you can buy minifigures, especially for Kashyyyk. The new battle pack is definitely going to be the better option. You're going to save a lot of money by just buying the battle pack. So I don't really need to cover minifigures, but maybe that will be another episode. But this episode, we're just focusing on parts. So then when you get to we click parts and you get into this giant page and you're like, whoa, what is this? Okay, so let me explain. You can go by color. So basically every Lego brick in existence is organized by color, and it tells you, so like there is, let's see, what is this? There's 131 million different Lego pieces in the color red is what it's telling you. That's what these black things are. And then up here, so say bricks. There's, let's see here, 17 million different brick variations. Well, actually, it might be saying 17 million bricks are available for sale. I think that's actually the right number. I was not going to say 17 million different bricks. I don't think so. Anyhow, that's what it means. 17 million bricks are for sale on Bricklink. This site is constantly updated with new amounts. The entire site is run. It's like eBay. There's different vendors and they just post up. It's just organized better, I guess you could say, and it's obviously just made for Lego. You won't find Mega Blocks on here. It's completely 100% Lego. All right, so let's go brick shopping. So we're gonna click the brick right here. There we go. All right, so here's the first thing that's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up with 1x1 brick. It's organized by the size of brick. So if you go down, the brick gets bigger. So here's a 1x4 brick. If we continue down, we're gonna get into 2s. There we go. We're in the 2 bricks now. If we go back, go down even further. Here's a 2x4 brick right here. Yeah, so we're actually, let's take a look at 1x4 bricks, because maybe we'll be in use of these. So I'm gonna need dark green 1x4 bricks for whatever reason. Maybe I'm building a certain mountain. All right, so the first thing you get here is you get to dark green 1x4 bricks. So we're here. We're at this point. Go over here. We're gonna look at highest quantity. Now you can sort. Actually, you can sort by what it always comes up with is best price, but I always go by highest quantity because we're looking for quantity, not price. So once we're at highest quantity, now it's showing all the vendors. The vendor that has the highest amount of dark green 1x4 bricks is Pinball Surplus, and they're running at 27 cents each. Now compared to everybody else, we're going to start looking for the cheapest price on this page. Oh, here we go. BuddyBricks.com is got a 271 bricks for 23 cents. Okay, so I'm only going to need 200 bricks. So I think compared to everybody else on this page, oh, nope. Helges has 200 bricks, and if you buy 200 or more,
they're only 21 cents, so you save 2 cent savings. That's actually quite a bit when you start going in the hundreds amount. That little amount of cents can really make or break your bank. However, my knowledge, I shop on Bricklink all the time. Helges, if we actually go to Helges, it'll bring you to his Bricklink shop now. So there's vendor shops. So that's where we're at right now. I know by far if we go to his splash page, which basically just tells, actually no, store terms is where we should go. Let's see here. Well, I know by this here. I'll just show you what I mean. Check this out. If we go back, okay, say I want all 200 of these dark green bricks, not 2,000. I'm going to add that to the cart. Go to view cart, and I want to hit checkout. What happens? Oh, my bad. Okay, and from previous knowledge, Helges has a store limit, meaning you have to buy a certain amount of bricks or dollar amount of bricks or whatever you're buying from the store. You have to have a certain amount. Usually it's like $80 at this guy's place, but I guess he got rid of that. Anyhow, that'll happen with stores. They'll make you either buy $80 or more, or else you just can't buy whatever you're looking for. Anyhow, I like Helges. We're gonna stay here. So I have added my 200 to the cart, and we can go to view cart, and it is here. All right, now this is where it gets tricky. Now I can I can go checkout. I can create an account, get that sorted out. That's for later though. However, this is where it gets tricky. Usually, okay, like I said, there's individual vendors on Bricklink. So that means so say I want to go buy another brick. I want some slope pieces. Let's go to Bricklink again. Go back to the front page, and we're gonna go really fast because I'm been using this site so long. I know it from top to the bottom. So we're gonna go to parts, and we're gonna look for slopes, and it's organized A through Z. So slopes is right here. I just want a regular slope. See, there's slope curve decorated. There's all kinds of different things. You really actually should just take a couple hours and just run through all of these different things so you know what piece is in what category, because the way that Bricklink is listed is not the same way Lego will describe a piece. They have their own different listing. I have it memorized. It's because I've been using it for 3 years now. 4 years actually, probably. Anyhow, I'm looking for slopes. All right, we're going to go to slopes right now. Because I'm screen recording, the page is a little bit slow, but normally it's really fast. Anyhow, I'm looking for those big slopes. So we're actually going to go down. Nope, not what I'm looking for. All right, so none of what I was looking for on a slope piece is on this page. So I'm going to hit the next page. It's at the bottom. There's multiple pages always. Don't forget, it's not always just one big page. All right, so this is the type of slope I was looking for. Yes, this piece right here. And you can actually get a zoom piece. It might not be the same picture as that, but it's just telling you. All right, so I want this piece right here, the 2x1x3 slope at a 75-degree angle. And I want that in dark bluish gray. That's the dark gray color, the new color. By the way, if you guys didn't know, Lego used to have a different dark gray color. That is what dark gray, this dark gray right here, and dark bluish gray. Dark bluish gray is the most recent gray. Dark gray was the old Lego gray. You may actually have that if you collected Lego back in like 2000 to 2003 or before that. They had this darker dark gray. But now they have dark bluish gray, which is it has a blue tint to the gray. I know it's really confusing, but you understand it if you work with this type of stuff. Enough said. So I want a dark bluish gray slope. I'm in need of 75 of these. So let's go to highest quantity, and let's see who's got the best price. All right. Oh, by the way, you may notice if you start looking right here, you may notice these places are out of the country. To me, I don't really care. I just look for the cheapest price because shipping from international shipping is usually not that expensive. It could be $7 or something shipping from Germany. So, however, it does take a week to 2 weeks compared to ordering from the U.S. It might only take 3 days. So if you're if you're in need of the part, look at this right here and look for U.S. vendors. You can't actually sort U.S. only. To my knowledge, you can't sort it like that. So yeah, that's the only downside of Bricklink. So you just have to go through the page and find a U.S. seller. Anyhow, I order international or U.S. By the way almost every store ships to the U.S. because the United States is one of the most popular countries in the world. Actually, probably is one of the most. Yeah. Anyhow, this little green box right here, if you can see that right there, guys, that little green box next to these names, these are all different store names right here. So if I click this name, that's going to bring me to their store with that piece. So Bricklink is made of like hundreds and hundreds of different little stores, and this is where, again, it gets complicated. All right, but I want Toy Brick Brigade's only selling it for 12 cents. It's a really good deal, actually. 12 cents, and he has 115. I think that's a pretty good deal, so I'm going to order all 115 he has available in his shop. I'm going to hit add the cart, and voila, there is my slope in his cart. However, guess what? If you thought that your dark green bricks that you order from a different shop is going to be in the same shopping cart, think again, because that's not how Bricklink works. This is where it gets complicated, and this is where a lot of you get confused about Bricklink. Bricklink, again, is made of different Lego stores. They're all, when you're looking for a certain piece, you're going to find different shops that are selling different quantities and at different prices. You're not going to find the same. However, this is the next thing I'm going to go over. Okay, so let's see if our Toy Brick Brigade, let's see, and they're actually in U.S. They're telling me they're in Idaho. Okay, cool. Toy Brick Brigade, let's actually copy the name, dark green brick 1x4, and let's see if Toy Brick Brigade has that same piece in their store. Oh, nope, they actually have a similar piece, but it has holes in it. So they don't actually have the piece we're looking for, the 1x4 dark green brick. However, here's what we can do. Now that we're in Toy Brick Brigade's store, we can actually go down to his part section, and all of these parts he has listed up and down right here. See, make sure you're under the parts bar. Okay, he's going to have sets first, then after parts you're going to see minifigures and other stuff. We're just focusing about parts right now. There's two sections. There's this, again, the section about listing for the part, or if you're looking for a specific color. So let's just say we're in need of dark green bricks, any type of dark green bricks. So let's just find the color dark green. And there's a lot of dark colors, so we want dark green. Okay, we're going to click that. Here are all the dark green parts Toy Brick Brigade it has listed and certain amounts. I know I love this store. I've ordered from them so many times. It's ridiculous. Let's just look around. So actually, it's the way the parts are organized is the same way that original list was listed. So what I mean here, let's go back to bricklink.com. What I mean is if we go back to the parts section, go to parts. Okay, this right here, see how it's alphabetically ordered from parts? So Brix is like kind of far up the list, and then Windows is way down on the list. That means Windows is more or less going to be on the very last page of the section because it's organized the same way. But not every piece is going to be here because this is only the pieces he has right now. So again, it takes, I honestly think you should be like at least 13 years or older to use this site because it gets complicated really fast if you don't know what you're doing. So we're in minifigures, so that's M. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Windows. See, it was on the very last page. Again, you're going to need to use these page numbers to really get to where you want to go fast. Now, you could always just use the search bar over here. You could always just search right there for the part. However, Bricklink has a very specific way you search for parts. If I just search for brick dark green, it may, see, nothing found because it's a very complicated system. So I never really used the search bar. What you have to, if you're trying to search for something, you have to go find that piece on Bricklink, copy the very exact name, and search that in the store, and that's the only way that's going to come up. So again, it gets complicated easy on here. Let's go back to dark green. I like, let's see here. I'm not really actually liking any of these. Oh, let's see if anything's going to be of use for Kashyyyk. No dark green parts that are looking fond and dandy. So let's actually go to reddish brown. That's actually the current brown color. Don't get confused because the color brown on here is a different Lego brown. It's an older Lego plastic that was used back in the day. They don't use that brown color anymore. Anyhow, reddish brown is the most recent brown. That's the color you get in your Lego sets. So going through here, here we go. I need some reddish brown bricks. I need some good dirt mounds. So, he's got 130 for 11 cents. Good deal. Remember how I always tell you in the reviews that 10 cents per piece? That's always 10 cents per piece whenever you see that for a decently sized piece. If you're looking at a 1x1 little brick, that should be like 5 cents. So, yeah. Like, for example, his 1x2 brick is 6 cents. His 1x4 brick, which is double the size, is 11 cents. So he's got some good pricing in here. I like his prices. They're good. However, you may notice that all of these pieces are used. I know by far that Toy Brick Brigade, all of the used pieces are always in great condition, so I'm not really worried about that. However, for some stores, okay, all right, one thing at a time. Let's order this 130 bricks. I want all 130. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, but maybe I need some plates. So I'm in need of, let's just go to plates and see what colors we can find. So plate is that right there. So he has 103,000 different plates, or 103,000 plates for sale. So more or less we might find what we're looking for. Going through here, he has a lot of different black plates, and again, you can see all of them. Maybe I'll need some blue plates for that water, for Kashyyyk. Not looking too good. Oh, these green plates look like a pretty good deal, but he doesn't have a good amount, so looks like we may just have to skip on this. Oh, we have some brown plates, but that's not the current brown, so you're not always gonna find what you're looking for, guys. So you're just gonna have to go to different shops and see what you can get out of those shops. Dark tan plates, $1.25 for $1.75 for these huge plate. Should be $1, so I'm probably gonna skip on it. Dark green plates, I have plenty of those. Oh, but I don't have the big ones, but they're too expensive. Nope. Let's see. What about light blue? Light bluish gray is the current gray, not light gray. So don't get confused there. Bluish, the grays. The word with the bluish are the current ones. Just want to remind everybody that. Let's see. His 4x6 plates, 15 cents each. That's a good deal. Let's get 200 of those. It's gonna be good for the internal base. Let's get that. And all right. So that's all we want from this store. We have our cart filled out. This is all we're getting. It totals $58 for 200 4x6 plates, 130 1x4 brown bricks, and 115 slope bricks. And these are all in bulk. And then that $58 does not include shipping. Shipping in the U.S. is always going to be around $3 to $10, depending on how much. If you got a lot of bricks, it's going to be priority shipped, so that's going to be like $15. If you're shipping internationally, again, varies, $5 to $25 for shipping. It really just depends on the store. All right, before we check out, what we're going to do is we're going to check out his store terms. That's up here. You want to check out the store terms, see what his terms are. So the payment method, you can pay with cash. You can pay with cashier's check, money order, personal check. Again, 90% of all Bricklink stores will always accept PayPal. It's an online money transfer. It's so easy to use. It's what I use. Okay, so PayPal is the number one thing. So we're gonna actually looks like there's nothing I needed to be aware of his shop, so he didn't put any big things. Sometimes they'll say, hey, warning, some of the parts have a lot of scratches. That's why you should always look on the splash page, see if the parts are in good condition. I know I've ordered this from this store before, and I know they're in good condition. All right, I'm going to put in my username and password, and we're gonna get checked out here. So once you have your Bricklink account made, you actually have to make an account. My information is already listed here. It's blurred out for you guys. Sorry. Anyhow, right here, this right here, it says I will pay by. I want PayPal. Now, let's actually go back to Helge's here. Let's check out at his store. He's actually in Norway, so this is an international ship. See, his is a different page. You may notice there's a different checkout page. You always want to pay attention on these checkout pages. Make sure your address is right. With Helge's, I'm going to use PayPal again. US dollar always, because we're in the US. If you're international, you can change it to euros or pounds or whatever you're using. All right, so Helge, I want air priority. That's going to be pretty cheap. His information about his policies are right here. You should always briefly look over that just in case he has something in there. But yeah. All right, so once I'm done, you're going to click this button right here. It says complete purchase at the very bottom of this page. It looks very simple, but this is not it. So you're going to hit complete purchase. Here's what's going to happen. Let's go back to Bricklink. That order is going to go into your overall orders. And you see how I got here? We go back to use the main Bricklink tab up here. Click that. Go back to bricklink.com. Remember how I said you're going to use buy Lego and you're going to use order. So once you've purchased that order in that store, you can go to your orders page and you're going to get to this page. You're going to hit my orders placed. My orders received is when you're selling stuff, but we don't need to pay attention to that. So my orders placed would take you to that. So let's go into this. I didn't actually place the order. Let's just look at this order. So nope, not that. Blah blah. Oh, here's one from Toy Brick Brigade, so we can just use that. Okay, so here is my invoice, and actually, okay, once you click that complete purchase button, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get an email saying you purchased it. Your email is going to be #1 thing to use in purchasing stuff with Bricklink, okay? Make sure you're on top of your email for the next couple of days after you have purchased stuff on Bricklink, because here's what's going to happen. This is all done by hand. Okay. You actually don't really need to go to this page. Ignore this. As you can see, I have a lot of orders. Anyhow, and I actually blurred a lot of it out. So sorry, guys. I would rather a lot of you not see what I order and the amount I spend. Anyhow, if you go to your email, which is what I'm going to do. Again, I'm going to blur some of this stuff out. Sorry. Let's find a Bricklink order I made recently. All right. Okay. Nope. Let's go back further. Okay. You're going to get an email like this. And it just told you that your order was complete. We got everything. It'll tell you right here what you ordered. So apparently I ordered 182 brown Lego hands. Yeah, you can get in really specific. I can order just little bitty hands if I wanted to. Anyhow, ordered that, and it's got all my information on here. This is not the final. It'll tell you right here. This is not an invoice. Do not pay notification. That means, you see, this is where you wait. So it could be a couple hours, could be a couple days. But after this, you're going to want to pay attention to the email, because what's going to happen is that same email you use for your account, you're going to get what's called an invoice, okay? Invoice is going to be this. The seller is going to send you an invoice. It's going to either do two things. If it's a pretty big store, it's going to do this. They're going to give you a nice big link to PayPal, because we're using PayPal to pay with. It's gonna, or if you did cash, it's gonna tell you exactly how to do. More of the time, it's gonna tell you how to pay. With most people, with a lot of people, you may not actually get this giant link right here to pay for this. So what do we do here? So they're gonna give you the final total. So shipping for this order was $20. I think this was nope, this was in U.S., so it was just $20 for 182 hands. That makes sense. Oh, I got express shipping. I forgot. Anyhow, so they'll give you a PayPal link. You can click that link. It'll take you to a PayPal invoice, and that'll you can put in all your credit card information, do it all the way through that. However, I told you in the beginning of the video, you have to have a PayPal account. You have to. You absolutely have to. Because if they don't give you that link, then you're going to need to use PayPal. And I'm not going to go into specifics, but because I'm not going to log into my PayPal because I'd rather not on the video. However, what's going to happen is they're going to give you a PayPal link. They're going to give you some type of email link, and they're going to tell you to please spend the money on PayPal. So for this, it was $122. That's the final total that has shipping and whatever other fee they included. That is what we're going to have to use for PayPal. All right. You can actually use PayPal on your phone if you have the app. It's pretty easy. So basically what you do is once you get in your PayPal account, you're going to click send money. You're going to put that email in. You're going to put the amount in. And then the last thing you need to do is on the title. And actually, if you don't put it in the title, that's okay. It just makes it easier for the vendor. You're going to put that Bricklink invoice number. So for this, it was, well, I'm not going to say the number because it's blurred out. But you're going to put that Bricklink invoice number into the PayPal thing as the title. And that just helps the vendor read, oh, this order has been paid for. Once you send that money to that once you've paid that seller, however money, we're just using PayPal for this example. Once you've paid that, once you've sent the money, they'll more or less in a day or less, they'll know you sent the money and they'll send your order out. And most Bricklink sellers, what they'll do is they'll give you another email. Again, this is why you should stay on your email. Then maybe a day or two after, you're gonna get an email. Not always all the time. Some people won't actually give you the email, but most people, you'll get an email saying your order has been shipped, and whether it was international, it'll be like the next 1 to 2 weeks before you get it. If it was within the U.S., it could be almost less than 3 days before you get it. Sometimes you can get these things really fast. Whew. That's how you use Bricklink. That is the very least. That was 30 minutes I had to go over to explain Bricklink. So, wow. Anyhow, that's how complicated Bricklink can get. That was the very least. That's about the easiest way I could explain it. I hope I didn't mind blow you. Just remember that it's not Lego.com. Lego.com is one shop. There's one vendor, which is Lego. With Bricklink, it's multiple people. It's like you go on an eBay. You can't have a giant cart of different bids you're bidding on. It's all different sellers. Same way with Bricklink. That's the best way I can explain it. So I hope I did a little bit of an introduction to showing you how I buy parts. I use Bricklink about 90% of the time. However, if you've got some extra money you want to spend, we're actually going to go and head on over to Pick a Brick. I'm going to go very quickly through this because it's somewhat like Bricklink. So once you get to Pick a Brick, it's very simple. So again, I want bricks. Here's the problem with Bricklink. They're not going to have every piece you want. They're just not. They're not going to have every piece you want in every color. That's the biggest problem with Bricklink. That's about the biggest problem I see with Bricklink. Yeah, that's about all I can say. Yeah. Anyhow. So, I don't know. Why is it? Oh. Okay. I guess this is not working for me. Okay. Alright. So, taking a look at Pick a Brick. So if I want bricks, I just select bricks and I hit start search, and let's see, I want that 1x4 brick really badly and that dark green color. See if they have it. Dark green, I am not seeing it. Nope, they do not have dark green, that 1x4 brick. However, they have a dark gray, excuse me, brick for 20 cents. 20 cents. We were on Bricklink. That same brick or similar brick, similar color, was 11 cents. So you see the money you're saving on Bricklink. However, there might be some cases where there's a cheaper part on Pick-a-Brick than there is cheaper on Bricklink. That's kind of 50 and 50. Because again, you only have a certain amount of parts or a certain variety of parts with Pick-a-Brick. You'll have unlimited variety on Bricklink because there's every Lego part listed is on there. Maybe not in the quantity you want, maybe not in the color you want, but it's there. It's cataloged basically. All right, with Pick-a-Brick, very simple. You just find your bricks on here. You go to this right here and this right here. Colors, I think the search is pretty easily on Pick-a-Brick. Then it's going to give you a bag. I want 100 of these bricks. We're going to hit the return key, updates it. It's $20 for 100 1x4 bricks. You're going to go to cart. You're going to check out through it. So that's the very simple Pick-a-Brick. However, you're not going to find every color you want. You're not going to find every type of brick you want. Bricklink is very limited. Bricklink. Pick-a-Brick is very limited. So there's problems with that. Okay. So the big thing I wanted to go over was Bricklink. Pick-a-Brick is a great source. The last thing I want to go over, I'm going to go over at the end of the video. So right after this, I'm going to go over is Lego stores. If you have one near you, that is actually great because sometimes you can find exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes you may not. So, sorry for such a very long video, guys, but I think this is very helpful, and I think a lot of you will enjoy this. So I hope I went into detail about Bricklink. I know it's very complicated. You may actually have to review this video twice to see how I did it. You really need to take some time, just go through the site, go through the different colors, go through the different part variations, and just see what's available and get a hang of using it so you know how to flow through the site pretty fast and easy. I can go in a matter of a minute and find exactly what I'm looking for. For some of you, it may take an hour to figure out how you got to it. But I showed you very easy ways to do it. Highest quantity, menus. You just have to review this video and really look at what I did. It's the best thing I can tell you to do. All right, guys. Whew. I know it was long, but I think this will help you in the long run. We went over Bricklink. We went over Pick-a-Brick. Let's get to the end of the video right now.
Alright guys, so I know very long segment this time for this week, but it was definitely necessary. Buying Lego is a huge portion of building a MOC in general. You have to have Lego. Now, if you think your collection's vast enough and you're willing to take all your sets apart, that's always an option. But if you want to keep your sets for the most part, still put together, then you want to consider bulk buying on Bricklink. Now, it costs a lot of money to buy certain pieces if you only need low amounts, because you're having to buy maybe a different piece that another shop won't have, and you have to pay more shipping fees and such like that. And there is a lot of cons with Bricklink with the different shops, but there's a lot more pros to it that really make it a great website. Now I think I mentioned this throughout the video, is it really, you need a PayPal account, and you probably should be at least have a parent that is aware of how the site works. If you're younger than 13 and you don't understand Bricklink, then see if your parent can understand it, because if you're under 13 and you're not understanding Bricklink, then you just shouldn't order it from it in the beginning, because you can easily just screw your own account up and such. So either you should be 13 and older and you should know how Bricklink works, or if you're younger than 13, then you should really know Bricklink so you can explain to a parent or guardian how it works, so they can create a PayPal account under their name and help, and you can do that and such. Right, so Lego.com, I said, is a great option. You get brand new pieces from there, but it has such a small selection to all the Lego bricks ever made. Bricklink has that. Lego doesn't. And it constantly does get. I don't want to say constantly, but like every 6 months there'll be an update where maybe about 20 or so new parts or colors might be added. But overall, it's not a giant selection compared to Bricklink. Now, last thing I want to just touch on before we go, guys, I'm sure, is these right here, these little buckets. I think they run for like $15 at your Lego store. Now, if you're like me, and my closest Lego store in Virginia, I live in Richmond, Virginia, and my closest Lego store is in Potomac Mills, Virginia, which is Woodbridge, Virginia, which is about 45 minutes from Washington, D.C. That's a good 2-hour drive for me. So if you have a Lego store that's kind of far away like me, or you just don't even have a Lego store in your state or country, then this doesn't really apply to you. But I do make my occasional trips to the Lego store, so I will talk about this. And for those of you who live in California where there's a bunch of Lego stores everywhere, then this should be very helpful. These cups, $15. You can put a good 200 bricks in this, you know. Let's break that up. Remember how we say in review videos how 10 cents per piece is really good? 200 pieces for $15, that's a good deal. That's less than 10 cents per piece. This is not the greatest example of how to stack your Lego in these cups to get the most amount of Lego. You should, I think there's some sites, some post sites about this, about how you should organize your cups so you can get the most amount of Legos possible in them. But it doesn't matter too much to me. But yeah. Anyhow, if you go to your local Lego store, you can get these cups right here. These you can get a small cup too. I think that's like $8 or $9. But this right here, I think is like $15.95, something like that. It's actually a pretty good deal for what you get. Lego stores will have parts that Pick-a-Brick on Lego.com will not have. And on top of that, you know, if you're looking for, you know, right here, this 2x6, if you're looking for a tan 2x6 brick and you need like 1,000 of them, then what you can do is you need to ask for the manager, and you need to ask him, hey, do you have such and such brick in the back? Can I buy an entire box full? And what you can do is you can get this pretty decently sized box that has like usually with bricks around 1,000 bricks in them for $70. All boxes back there are $70. You can ask for a box full of bricks, but sometimes they won't have the piece you're looking for. And if your manager at your Lego store isn't like too, it kind of depends on the manager sometimes too as well, because sometimes they'll be like, sorry, we don't have the brick, and you'll ask, oh, well, can I go back and see what you have? They'll be like, no, just look at the Pick-a-Brick wall. Or sometimes they'll give you a yeah, here, let me take you back here, don't touch anything. It depends on your manager, really. But most of the time, you can ask for like, oh, do you have any plant pieces? Oh, do you have any bricks in such and such color? You can just say that, and they can go look for you. Anyhow, if you're looking for one brick in 1,000 quantity, go to your Lego store, see what they have. $70 for an entire box full of 1,000 bricks is a pretty good deal. And you have to ask for the manager for that. You can't just be like to any employee, so make sure you do that. But if, say they say, oh, well, that piece, we don't have any more in the back, all the pieces are on the wall, then you have to use these cups right here. And that's fine, because you can get a lot of variety with these cups right here. I mean, I have some clear pieces, some dark red, a lot of different tan pieces for my upcoming beach. Dark red can be used for the inside of the base since it's going to be Republic. The window pieces can be used as, I don't know, something cool. I don't know, I'm sure I'll find a use. You know, sometimes you can just grab a handful of all kinds of different bricks and put it in a cup and just take that home and see what you can use just from that, from random bricks. You'd be surprised what you can do with just that. Hey, you might from that find a great piece that you need more of. You go back to your Lego store, get more of that. So the Lego store, if you have one near you, is a great option, as well as ordering online through Bricklink and Lego.com. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to top on that. I know this is an extremely long segment, guys, but it needed to come, and you guys needed to know how to buy bulk Lego, because it's been one of the biggest questions I've ever been asked when it comes to base building. Alright, so I think that's going to conclude this segment, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you came off learning something, give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help in a lot of ways. And if you have any questions, I'm going to try my best, but you can leave a comment below. Maybe maybe a user watching this right now can help with your comment. So maybe you should just go below and see if you can help with the comments that are already there. If you're watching this video right now, maybe you know something more than I do and you can help somebody down below. Whatever you guys want to do, you're watching the video, so thank you very much for just watching. And don't forget to share this video, guys. Sharing the video really gets this series going, and it helps me know that I'm on the right track. Alright guys, so we'll be back with next week's segment, which is going to be, I think we're going to actually start doing an introduction into landscaping. I think that's where we're going to go, either that or minifig selection or something. I don't know. You'll just have to wait till next week to find out what is next. Alright, stay tuned guys, next Friday. I'll see you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.